Ghanaian men are the most stingiest men I've ever met in my life. They are the cheapest men I've ever met in my life.
Yeah.
And that really pissed me off. Some even use the word some Ghanaian men.
Yes.
Instead of saying Ghanaian men. Like,
not even Ghanaian men. She should have just said, based on the experience that I've had, my own personal experience that I've had in Ghana, that the Ghanaian men are stingy, right? Yeah. However, the men in North America are stingy too. So for you to have that dialogue, it was really bad personally, because growing up in North America and dealing with American men and dealing with Canadian men, dealing with English men, Ghanaian men are better. Like, but again, there's still good and bad, right? And I think the problem is that we only highlight the bad. And I think a lot of you guys have to understand too is that we're coming from a different
we do
culture, but it wasn't nice. And I feel like every culture, every man, because if she was back home, she's gonna complain about the men in America. If she's in so you can't just label one group of men a particular way and make them look a particular way. And I can say personally, I don't have the best experience with Ghanaian men, but I would never disrespect Ghanaian men on public, because you know what? There have been Ghanaian men since there was a time when I was here and I was going through a really hard time. And I'm not gonna lie, whether the relationships flourished or not, these Ghanaian men showed me compassion. They had empathy. They were romantic, they were caring, and even because I was here taking care of my ill father, they had a certain vim for me that they wanted to do. But I think in your mind, you're expecting these men to do all these things that when we're back home, they don't do. Like, you're taking, like in Toronto, you're taking an Uber to go see the man yourself. You're not, they're not asking you if you're hungry. They're not doing all these things. So it's like, you can't come here and expect something completely different that you're not getting the best treatment back home. Because if that's the case, if you want an American man or an English man, go on Tinder. And see how that works for you. Because clearly, you're here for a reason. So everything is trial and error. There's good and there's bad. So for me, I don't think that comment, maybe she was coming from an emotional place. I think sometimes maybe she had a bad experience. Maybe she just came out of a relationship. So I was giving her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe something happened during the time. So the way she said it came off a little bit aggressive. And I think that's another problem too. Like in North America, as women, the women here are feminine. Like they know how to say pachao. Are you okay? Are you okay? Please. Like, we're just back home. We're like, yo, what's up, nigga? Like, are you dumb? Like, that's how, like, we have both masculine and feminine energy. So in back home, we are not tapped into that full feminine energy at all. So sometimes when we're talking, it may come off that we're being aggressive and we're being whatever, but that's just regular dialogue. However, I don't believe what she said was true. And I do believe that there's some good and there's always bad. It doesn't matter if it's Ghana, it doesn't matter if it's Nigeria, it doesn't matter if it's Toronto. If there's a disconnect, there's a disconnect. So yes, I do believe that it did create
and it's still on the internet, so it's still there. Like, even if you delete it on your page, someone has it.
Right? I don't think Ghanaian men are stingy. I don't believe they're stingy. I feel like even when they have little, they try the best that they can. Like, unless you are coming off as a woman as I'm independent, I could do everything on my own. Like, I don't believe. Sometimes they'll try. They'll take you for jollof. Or they'll try something small.
Yeah, do some, let me say, Gary soakings and all that.
The reason why I learned about alomo and origin as a drink of choice for me was because I was hanging out with people who have lower income. And I was like, hey, this is the same, gives me the same effect and it's still affordable. Doesn't make the guy less. It's just he's trying.
Okay. They want to go for those drinks, those
Ciroc.
How much is it?
Okay, so I bought Henny, Dirty December. What was it? 12?
Stop saying Dirty December, please. Yeah, it's not dating December, please.
I bought Henny and it was maybe, was it 1,200 cities? It was 1,200 cities for that one bottle. So that's not,
1,200 cities.
yeah,
That is 1,200.
1,200.
Just it won't finish or what?
Oh, I bring the bottle home. Like, I'm not bougie. Like,
No, after yeah, I know you are not bougie, but after how many years will it take
to what?
to drink that?
We drank it in the one night.
Are you joking? Like,
We paid for the bottle.
okay.
But remember,
Excuse my words. Maybe money day you shouldn't talk. If you don't have money, maybe you could be the way I'm saying it.
Yes.
So just accept that. Yeah, you understand?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's good. I mean, people pay like 2,000 in a day, or you understand,
Yeah.
just a small thing,
Yes.
and then they just spend it. So it's their money, so allow them to spend it. But
Right.
you should be wise of in whatever that you are doing, anywhere you find yourself. You understand? Either you have it or you don't have it. Make sure that maybe what you don't want will not over you. You understand? Because there are people on the streets. You could be that help to change someone's life from the street.
I agree.
You understand? Even to buy water itself
Right.
changes the person's whole life. You understand?
And you know what? You're right. And that's why when I came this time around, I did a donate. I asked my coworkers for donations. It was a last minute thing. I didn't think that it would go anywhere.
Oh, okay.
But they as soon as I told them, my coworkers were donating money, and I actually went to Central Region to Kanyoko, and I actually donated a sum of money to a family for the holidays.
Oh.
So for
God
me,
bless you.
I think in life, in order for you to feel good, you have to give, because what else will what other payment do you have to be on this planet? If it's something small, if it's 10 cities, if it's 20, it's something, and for me, the money that I was able to provide, it was able to give their school fees for the whole year, their clothes, for their uniform, buy them the backpacks. And then after I thought about it, I'm like, wait a minute, if my coworkers can give me this for one family, now moving forward, I told my brother, I'm like, this is something we can do yearly. So now I'm going to create, when I go back, I'm going to create a nonprofit where I'm going to be able to pay the school fees.
Your foundation.
Yes, we haven't chosen a name yet. It will be paying for the school fees for the kids in the village area. Also, just making sure of the kids who don't have uniform, making sure that they have the uniform. And you have to understand the importance of what you're doing, because as much as people use social media for the negative, there's also a side where you can use it for the positive and create positive messages and be able to make people see a different side of Ghana and see a different side of diasporas. Because people think that we come here, we're like, oh, do this, do that, oh, do yeah, like, we're not all like that. Like, yes, sometimes we have to check ourselves in regards to how we behave and how we act, but a lot of us really care. Like, we really want to be a part of this culture. We want to be Ghanaian. Like, there's people who are not even Ghanaian and living here and have been here for years and really want to be a part. But nobody is highlighting that and showing that. And that's what we want to do. Like, let's forget about the people who always want to come and party. Let's forget about the people who talk about negative. Let's forget about the girls who complain about the men here. Like, let's just let it go and just push towards for the positive, because there's beautiful Ghanaian men here. There's beautiful Ghanaian women here. It's whatever works for you, period. Malaysia, aka Black Rose.